Something occurred to me very recently, and that is I have pretty much everything I want, except for one thing, just one thing. And no, it's not a Porsche 911. I have a fantastic wife. I've got really, really nice kids. They're just interesting, hardworking, kind, decent, ambitious, thoroughly grounded kids. I'm really very, very lucky in that regard. They're just wonderful. I live in a house that I like. I drive the cars that I want. They're nothing fancy, but they certainly they do the job. I get to do interesting work with people that I like and get paid reasonably well for it. My work is appreciated by the people whose opinions I care about. So life is good in many, many ways. But the one thing I don't have is the energy that I used to have. And this is a problem. I'm in my mid-50s, and I know quite a few of you are in my age group too, and you'll know that when you get to this age, atrophy starts to set in. Energy starts to wane. Sleep is harder to come by. Aches and pains creep in. Stiffness creeps in. And you're just not as flexible or as energetic as you used to be. And this affects you mentally as well. If you feel good mentally, then you feel energised to move physically. If you're feeling good physically, well, then that affects your mental health and you think clearer. You think more optimistically. You expect better things to happen, and then it becomes a perpetual cycle of self-fulfilling prophecy. You're either spiralling downwards or spiralling upwards, it seems. And so, we just had a lovely long weekend in Sydney watching the fireworks, and this is something that we've wanted to do for many, many years, but it's always been hellishly expensive and very, very difficult to get rooms. And it was only because of the coronavirus and all the lockdowns and the restrictions that we were actually able to secure a room in a hotel that looked straight over the harbour. So it was a marvellous weekend. It really was. And, normally we wouldn't sort of spend the kind of money that they're typically asked to stay there at New Year's Eve, but the prices were cut dramatically because of the lack of demand leading up to New Year's. But by the time New Year's rolled around, I guess word got out that there were still some rooms available, and the outside of the place had a row of exotic automobilia out the front, which appealed to me and my son quite a lot. And it was just wonderful. We managed to get an upgrade to fly business class going up there, which is, I guess, no big deal. It's only an hour's flight, but, it was fun for my son to sit in the very front row and, be treated a little bit fancier, which was fun for him. And so the whole thing was, a lovely dream. The weather was perfect. We went out in the water. We went to the zoo. We had nice food. It was just wonderful. And so, I kept thinking while I was there that all of this stuff now that I can experience, that we can experience, is, reasonably accessible to us. We can have nice weekends away. We can have nice things. We certainly don't have a Lamborghini in the driveway, like the one that was parked out the front, or the Bentley, or the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and the 488 Ferrari. There was a bunch of cool cars parked out the front there. We're not that level, but, we have some nice things. Enough, and the one thing I don't have is just that fitness, that energy, that strength, that feeling of vitality. And I guess that's the thing, it's vitality, because it flows through all of, every part of you. It's physical, it's mental, it's psychological, it's emotional, it's your frame of mind and how you approach things, everything. It's all sort of connected, and I don't have that the way I used to, and I want it back. So that's why we are here out in the bush, because I made a commitment just recently that I'm going to get fitter, I'm going to get healthier, and a big part of that is going to be going for a walk every day and then lifting some weights and, closing the rings on my Apple Watch every day. And I've done that consistently since I bought it. Pleased to say, I guess the goals are fairly low at the moment. But while we're in Sydney, we walked many, many kilometres, and I exceeded my goals by factors of 2 or 3 each day, which was great. And I felt really good at the end of it. I really did. And so that's why I'm back out here in the bush now that we're back home. And I'm going to make this a regular haunt of mine. I really hope I stick to it. I really do, because it's so easy to get excited at the beginning and say you're going to do something. And I know that I am kind of in that frame of mind right now. I just hope it sticks. So anyway, if I screw up, I guess you'll... I'm just trying to get this exposure right. If I screw up, I guess you'll hear about it. But every now and again, I'll give you an update and let you know how I'm going with it. And any problems that I've had along the way, any things which have been tough for me, and the things that I've enjoyed about it. So consider this the first instalment. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.